Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel of the chosen individual. Now I am so hold on. Alright, I'll deal with that in a second. Sorry for not being able to upload yesterday, but I was literally busy all day, and when I did have time, my recording software was like, nope, nope, you can't record it, I'm sorry, it's too late. And so I woke up early this morning to record it. Oh my god, sorry, I got allergies because it's really cold here. I'm dying, guys. Anyways, why are my frame rates so low? Hello? Oh well. But today we're going to be focusing on the RBMK Breeding Reactor that I talked about 2 days ago in a video, I think. And so I'm going to be showing you the setup. So here's my little containment building. If I can get inside. Hello? Can I? There we go. Okay, finally. Well, basically, what the hell is going on with my frame rate? I don't know. My computer is just acting up, it looks like. But this is a simple setup. So you got your RBMK fuel rod in the very middle. And then in the four cardinal directions of that, you want to have some moderated control rods. Now keep in mind that all the fuel rods that I'm using in this reactor are unmoderated for safety reasons. So in the four cardinal directions, you want to place some moderated control rods. And then next to those, you want to place more fuel rods, but these are going to have self-igniting fuel rods inside of them. I actually need to replace them because, you know, for reasons. But yeah, just place some self-igniting rods in the four cardinal directions, and it'll be completely fine. Now, next to those, in the corners, you're gonna place another fuel rod, unmoderated again, and well, control rods as well, moderated. And here you're gonna place some more of the fuel rods that you want to deplete. So for example, I'm using medium enriched uranium-235 for my samples for the video. But you could use high enriched, plutonium, I don't know, really depends. On the two sides remaining of that rod, well, that's great. You want to put more control rods and then more fuel rods with self-igniting rods inside of them. Do the same for all four corners, and that is the basic fuel rod assembly. Just one key thing though that you don't want to forget, and it is that in between these two self-igniting fuel rods, you want to have a control rod so that the fuel doesn't react too much and it can cause an explosion in extreme cases. Because the controls are a little bit in the way right now, I'm going to show you the rest in the console of the RBMK. So here it is. As you can see, I have it set to monitor temperature, control extraction, depletion, core temperature, and xenon poison. So yeah, as you can see, here's the control rod setup. Let me just highlight it. Okay, there we go. The fuel rod setup, which I already told you how to do, and in a sort of grid in between all the fuel rods and control rods, you're going to have your RBMK coolers. And the reason for this is that this reactor is going to generate a lot of heat, so you need to get rid of it some way, because the heat transfer / heat sink effect of the of the component columns isn't enough to draw heat from the reactor, and it will just explode. So yeah, I'm using coolers because it requires the least amount of setup. However, you could technically use this reactor to produce energy, but I feel like that would be kind of counterproductive because well, the extreme heat would mean you would need loads of water, and if you don't have the resources for that, well, it's just gonna be really bad. So I'm using coolers filled with cryogel, but you can use fluid heaters or steam channels if you have the resources. Fill in these corners and these two spots with Jesus, with structural columns, basically the remaining spaces to form a sort of square. And then on the outside of that square, we want to place a lot of neutron reflectors. Well, tungsten carbide neutron reflectors. And the reason for that is that it won't let any neutrons escape, so it will just keep on reacting, which will increase the speed at which the fuel is depleted. And since this RBMK is for purposes of depletion of fuel, that is pretty much what we want. Like, it also has a secondary effect, because if you do this reactor, you might notice that it takes a while to heat up. That is completely natural, don't worry. The main reason for that is that all of these reflectors draw an immense amount of heat from the reactor core, and coupled with the coolers, well, it takes enough heat that well, you can see that. What was that? Yeah, you can see that for example, here it's 308 Celsius and here it's 350, so it takes heat away from the core. And the cooler the core is, the better, because otherwise it could very easily explode due to accumulation of heat. Let me just show you the sub-level setup. There we go. It's very simple, just below the reactor. Cryogel tanks, constantly taking out cryogel and putting it into the coolers. No biggie. This is what you've seen before, and well, yeah, that's basically it. It's very effective. If you want to know how to take samples properly, so let's say, well, will depletion percentage get to 45? Yeah, 45 is when I need to take my next sample, because if you go and look into this little pool of water, I already took a sample of 25% depletion. And the reason for that is that, remember that I said that we need samples for every single type of pellet? And that is because, well, there is brand new, which I have already the sample for, moderately, barely depleted, which is the sample I just showed you, moderately depleted, which is at 45%, I think. So I don't know if I'll get there in time, but if yes, then I might just have to, I don't know, speed up the video or do something. I might actually just do a time lapse, you know. Sounds like a good idea. Or I can just, change the ticker rate, because I got a mod that can do that. So we got brand new, barely depleted, moderately depleted. I think next is highly depleted, which is at 65. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's at 65, and then we have fully depleted, which has it's at 85%, I think. Basically, the fuel rod depletion is in intervals of 20. So, if you want to know where you can take, when you need to take samples, just add 25 to the current. I forgot to change that one. Just add 20, add 20 to the current, sample that you just taken. So for example, I've just taken a sample for barely depleted, which is 25%. Then you will need to add 20 to that, it gives you 45. And that's basically it. Actually, I don't think it's even 25. I think it's 20, but I'm not sure. Either way, you can go to 25 or just, do it normally. So I'll wait for a little bit for the fuel rods to get to 45%. Oh my god, sorry, it's so early. It's like 6 in the morning. I'm gonna wait for the fuel rods to get to 45% depletion, and then I'll get back to you to show you how to take samples, because you will need them in order to make the reactor. Well, in order to make the fuel reprocessing system that this was kind of designed for, which is the one over here. As you can see, I got my example RBMK reactor, which was what I was using to deplete the rods before. As you can see, no competition. Basically, we have these receptacles. So here is the RBMK spent fuel receptacle. So the idea is that when you take a fuel rod from here, any percentage you want, as long as it can be recycled, you can take it out, put it into this receptacle, and then it will go into these spent fuel pool drums and cool down. And then, once it's cooled down and ready for recycling, the system will accept it, and depending on the level of depletion, it's not supposed to be there. And depending on the level of depletion that it has, a different auto crafting table will accept it, and then the pellets will get taken into this silex, and then I made a little system here that takes the nuclear waste and puts it into this drum, and then gives me the outputs here. So you can do that if you want, but it's not really necessary. I really want to add more modules because I felt like this was a little too easy. But yeah. And while you want to go up into the empty rod, it gets taken out here and put into this automatic crafting table, which is basically the output for our uranium enrichment plant. So you'll have whatever type of fuel you're using here. And so when the fuel rod comes, it's filled back up, and this conduit takes it to the fuel production receptacle. And you can just, as you can see, I've already got a rod in here. You can just take the rod and place it or put it somewhere else or do whatever you want with it. It's basically, it's exactly what I said, a system that automatically refills your fuel rods and deals with the waste so that you don't have to. In fact, let me just quickly I want to make another reactor safety basics video because I found out some things, but yeah, as you can see, we got barely depleted, but I won't do it just yet. As you can see, we got the barely depleted sample, and now that I've certified, I can just take this one. Well, I don't really need the primary crafting tool that just told me. I just put it here, and now this system can accept fuel rods that have a depletion percentage over 20. Let me just get rid of that since I don't need it. You can see what's the depletion percentage, 33. So I'll get back to you when the whole deal with the fuel rod is ready, so I can show you how to take samples properly. Yeah. So I'll see you in a bit. Hey, so it's been quite a while, around 20 minutes, I would like to say, and I have taken already the next sample, but just to, oh my god, okay, whoops. The mod that I'm using to speed up the ticks, I can't actually remember what it's called. I don't think it appears here. I don't remember. Anyways, I'll probably link it down in the description once I find out. But as you can see, we're already got into 40 plus depletion, and so all I do to take a sample is just multiply it by pressing my mouse button, then go over to my little suspended fuel pool and place it in there until it cools down. Now, as you can see, I already took another sample in advance, so. But we still gotta wait for that one to cool down. So let's just pretend this one is this one. And well, this 40% depletion should give us moderately depleted, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, let's just wait. And in a few moments we should have our next sample ready. By the way, happy Christmas. I don't think I've mentioned it so far in this video. It's only the sort of December. Just practicing my beatbox, guys. Don't know if it was a bad time to practice my beatbox. I mean, I don't know if you knew, but I'm actually a professional rapper because I tend to stutter a lot. But yeah, happy Christmas in case I haven't mentioned it so far. I already have a lot of ideas, but I just want to focus on this first. I want to finish it, and then I'll move on to the other ideas, because otherwise this project is gonna take me years. If I'll also shut down this reactor, which is the one that I was previously using to deplete the rods. I don't know if I've shown it off yet. It's been like 20 minutes. But this is the setup. It just has some fuel rods and some control rods. I think I already showed you the fuel receptacles, and if not, then well, basically it just takes the rod, gets rid of the waste, and refills it and puts it back. Also added some ice cubes in here just to lower the temperature a little bit faster. We're almost there. I think the minimum is 50 degrees. I'm pretty sure. Also, by the way, quick public service announcement. If you don't have a suit that protects you against extreme temperatures, then you can also use the thick rubber gloves, armor modification, and the tungsten reacher, which will basically allow you to bypass that and lower radiation a little bit. So yeah, an essential piece of personal protection equipment. So as you can see now, both core and skin temperature are below 50 degrees. Let me just put that sample in there. So I have now backed it up successfully. And now let's go see if it gives us the wanted result. Boom. Yeah, so this is brand new. This is barely depleted. And this is moderately depleted. Now here will be highly depleted and then fully depleted. So yeah. And well, that is I'm pretty sure everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and Stay safe out there. Oh, God, this message always comes up. And I'll see you next time. What happened? Dude, so many misclicks. Peace out, gamers. I'll see you next time. God, bye.